Good morning, everybody. It is Connor. I hope you're all doing fantastically well. We're back here with another One Leeds video. We're back here with some more transfer rumours, with some more predictions, and I need you guys to like the video to do me a solid. Please make sure as well that you comment on the video. I'll read every single comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. There's 38% of you who aren't subscribed. What are you doing? Just hit that subscribe button. And also, as I've just mentioned, make sure you like the video. The merchandise, Georgie, let's go. Let's hope he is going tonight and absolutely battering Sunderland. But we've got Archie Gray, Jorginho Rutter, merchandise, etc. all on the website. Make sure you check the link in the description below. Alongside that, everybody, you can join the YouTube membership. You become a Patreon member as well. 3 podcasts a week, including a brand new one that's coming. Make sure you do so. I think it is pretty good value for money when thinking about it, to be quite honest with you. A fair few podcasts per month and good quality ones as well. So let's get into it today. Anyway, so it's a massive game for Leeds tonight. Mike Dodds has already been talking up Leeds United's bench. He's been talking up the quality of the side, and you can't really deny it. Dodds is bang on. We all know that the options that we have are options that clubs just don't have, including Sunderland. So yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see how this game goes. I don't think it's going to be an easy game whatsoever. I think it's going to be a little bit tighter than people think. Sunderland will bring an army down. We all know that. They're going to be in full voice. They've got nothing to play for. But does that make them even more dangerous? The fact that they've got nothing to play for, no expectancy, no real standard of them getting into the playoffs. They can play a little bit freely. They can try things. They can experiment. That is probably dangerous for Leeds, because right now, for Leeds, it feels very Bristol Rovers in League One in terms of leading up to that. It is tight, it is pressurised, and points cannot be dropped. Leeds are in an absolute dogfight with Ipswich at this moment in time for that second spot, and tonight is not going to be easy. I've never thought Sunderland at home was going to be an easy one. I'm going with a narrow 2-1 win, but listen, we need Watford to do us a favour, in my opinion. You know, we need some other teams as well to do us a favour in terms of, you know, Millwall and Plymouth and all this sort of stuff with Leicester. I'd love to reel them back in. Feels right now that Leicester, with that 2-point advantage in the game in hand, have maybe just gone now. But if they're to blow up, they've not been excellent. They weren't good against Norwich. They weren't good against Birmingham. But if they're to have another blip, then that would be absolutely fantastic. But right now, we just need to get over this surge of bad form which has happened in the last 3 games. The international break, I was speaking so candidly about rotation. I was speaking so glowingly about Farke being able to utilise the subs at the right time in the international break. We're speaking about how whoever comes in is doing an absolutely brilliant job. But right now, that is not the case. So we need solid performances from the likes of Gruev tonight. Is Archie going to start? Is Connor Roberts in contention? Was Farke playing mind games, saying that he's not going to be available until Borough? We've seen that before when they've actually been on the bench or even, you know, in the starting lineup. We, you know, like before the Coventry game, Roberts and Nonso, we all thought they were nowhere near it, yet they were on the bench. We didn't think Gruev was going to even make the bench. He was in the starting lineup. So that is a crumb of comfort, but we seriously think need some changes in that back line. We need Ethan Ampadu to really give us that breath of fresh air and play tonight, and also play to a different standard to what he's been playing at. I don't think he's been great. But listen, Leeds just need to get the result tonight. That is ultimately what needs to happen. Dylan Wells at Motherwell is a massive target for Leeds United and Brighton. Yes, the Motherwell player has been a long-term target of Leeds United, and apparently they are in lockerheads right now with Brighton for the signature of the youngster. He will be going straight into the developmental squad, and apparently he's touted to be a great prospect going forward. And one of his former coaches has said he's destined for the Premier League. So there you go. Would be a really nice signing if Leeds were to get that one done. Now, how the table... I've done another table predictor, everybody. I'll flash it on screen now, but the table predictor I've got is a point between Leeds and Ipswich. Now, I have got Ipswich at this moment in time getting the exact same amount of points as Leeds going towards the final game, but that does mean that obviously Ipswich will get 98, Leeds will get 97, which means agonisingly we miss out by a point. We need some sort of swing. We need Watford to do us a favour. We need Middlesbrough to do us a favour. We need one of these teams they've got in the running, Hull, Coventry, Huddersfield, to take 3 points off them, to take 6 points off them, and Leeds need to be nigh on perfect in that running as well. It's no good being the Leeds United that we've seen after the international break, which has been 6.5, 7 out of 10. We need to be back to 10 out of 10 and looking far superior to every other team, which unfortunately in our last 3 we've looked on par, if not below, the 3 teams that we've been playing. That needs to drastically change. And we know that maybe Cresswell or Cooper are going to be coming in tonight if Ampadu's out. Their performance needs to be absolutely stellar. We need to be better from set pieces with the quality coming in, but obviously the quality in the box as well. We need to be better defensively because suddenly we've turned into a sieve at the back, and we need to be better going forward. As I mentioned the other day, everybody, the third most dispossessed team in the final third. And whilst you might think that's brilliant because Leeds are getting there and there's more attacks in the final third from Leeds United than any other side, being dispossessed in there just signifies to me that we're not being as ruthless, we're not being as clinical, we're not being as good in the final third as we could be. And we need to really, really sort that out for tonight's game and the run-in. But yeah, I think we need a little bit of luck our way as well. The Coventry game was huge because I'd earmarked Ipswich losing at the weekend, and I'd earmarked Leeds winning that game and Leeds taking that little advantage. We haven't done that. We're on the back foot right now. So Leeds really need to pull the finger out and start upping performances. We need to see more from Daniel Farke in terms of rotation, substitutions. Do you bring Joel Perreault in? I know a lot of fans are calling for that. What on earth happens right now? Not great news, everybody, but it looks like the Sharks are already circling around Crescencio Summerville with Leeds United's maybe Premier League venture in a little bit of vague sort of clarity right now with regards to if we're able to do it or if we're not able to do it. Clubs will get a massively cut price if Rutter and Summerville and Nonto and co are available in the Championship. But it looks like even if Leeds go to the Premier League, Liverpool are ready in a £40 million bid for the Dutchman. Apparently Cody Gakpo's vouched for him about 700 times, and Crescencio Summerville is being targeted as one of Liverpool's top 3 targets to improve their forward line. And this isn't just from some rubbish sites. This is on a lot of Liverpool outlets, reports this morning, Liverpool Watch, Anfield, Anfield sites and all this sort of stuff, and that is something that we need to keep an eye on, because even if we do get to Premier League, are Leeds able to keep hold of him? I don't know. Are the top 4 clubs going to be circling? I mentioned that I think he gets into any squad in the Premier League squad. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. Young Player of the Year and Player of the Year nominations are now out. My Young Player of the Year would be Jorginho Rutter. My Player of the Year would be Crescencio Summerville. What would you guys do? Let me know in the comment section below when it comes to Young Player and Player of the Season. Leeds have also released their financial makings from the past season. Obviously, Leeds are in a really good position, but amid problems with regards to Leicester, who are going to get to the Premier League probably and then be in financial trouble really when it comes to points deductions and all this sort of stuff. But we've seen with PSR, they just sort of encourage cheating. Everton being given a 2-point deduction after financial mismanagement over a 2-year period. They're given a 2-point deduction. I was saying yesterday on the stream, you might as well just go out and spend all your money. If you get better quality players, caliber of players, because you spent more money, they're able to get you more points. And if you're only going to get a 2-point deduction, you might as well do that in comparison to spending less, spending no money on player, and then just going down anyway. So it gives you more of a chance of spending on players. That's what PSR and the Premier League are encouraging at the minute with their measly point deductions. And it's an absolute joke what happened yesterday. But when it comes to Leeds United releasing the financial accounts, they've done it for this year. And listen, plenty has changed since the reign of Andrea Radrizzani. But what Radrizzani did do was manage Leeds in the correct way. Leeds are now being managed in the correct way as well by the 49ers, which is really good, because we were with Peter Ridsdale and all this sort of stuff, which is ironic because I'm saying spend loads of money now in the Premier League if we do get there and just deal with it. But that is because of the breach and the restrictions not being good enough and strong enough. But listen, since the days of Peter Ridsdale, Krasner and co and Bates, we've been ran properly in the past 4 or 5 years, which has obviously been very, very nice. But the 49ers need to get back to the Premier League for stadium development, for facility development, and this season will be a failure if Leeds don't go up, especially with the squad that they've got. But even if we are in the playoffs, and I'm not saying that will happen, but even if we are in the playoffs, Leeds do have a very, very strong chance with the squad that they've got, with the bodies that will be back. But it's not all over. Of course it's not. But there needs to be a change in the wind. Leeds need to get performances back to that high standard again. And we need Ipswich to start dropping these points big time for Leeds to get into that top 2, because they've been a mentality monster. We've been a mentality monster, but it will be a crying shame for Leeds to fall into the playoffs. And we know that third spot that falls into the playoffs isn't always given the best chance, because normally they miss out on the last day and it's like, oh God, mentality, all this sort of stuff is affected. But that's been it from me, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll have all of your post-Sunderland content later on. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I will see you on the other side. Cheers.